everyone. Happy Friday and welcome back to MK Quilts. You got the whole motley crew in the house again today. We got Samson sporting a new haircut. He's feeling better. He had to have a tooth pulled this week. And we're just heading into a long, Memorial Day weekend, and I have a few things I wanted to catch up with you on, and so let's get started. So I'm back home from my travels. So I think I was in like 3 states in 8 days, put on, what did I say, like 1,600 miles or something on the car. I was in a really, really beautiful part of the country. I was kind of up a mountain too, but that's another story. Kind of took a premature left turn and ended up somewhere I wasn't supposed to be. But anyways, I had a super, super great time doing my events. Hey, Suzette! So I had a super great time doing my events in Georgia and North Carolina. Started out by the visit to my friend's Quilt Guild in Ellijay, and that was just really awesome because I got to speak and talk about some things that weren't necessarily pro stitcher, specific. The topic that day was kind of borders, backing, and beyond, and I just talked to the ladies about being better quilters, being better piecers, things to think about when you're attaching borders and keeping your quilt straight, and what to think about for your backings and batting and things like that. So that was really fun, and one of the things that was super fun about that event was I met another handy quilter owner who had her system for a while, but she needed some help with it, and since I was in town, she asked me if I would come over, and so I did, and I showed up, and she decided to add on Pro Stitcher to her system. So I'm super excited for a new owner. I'm going to be heading back up to the Ellijay area in a couple of weeks, but I am probably not going to have time to fit in a group class. So if you want to catch me for a sim style class, please check out the events page on the website. I will be back in Georgia, in the coming area of Georgia later this year in September, okay? So we'll talk about that in a minute. All right, so after the Ellijay event, I went on to Franklin to my dear friend Deb Heatherly's home and studio. And it was such an awesome time spending those days with her in her studio, seeing how she kind of works her magic. Her and I make a really great team. I've just been so honored to be working with her and quilting for her. And if you got the newsletter, our snail mail newsletter, you saw that Paul wrote up a really nice focus piece on her. And so check that out. Check out her website. She also has her own Facebook group if you would like to join. It's called Grids Girls. And as you know, she is a designer for Creative Grids, and she is fixing to start a new mystery quilt this summer. Okay, I think it's just coming up in like very, very soon. So if you want to check that all out, hop on over to Grids Girls right here on Facebook, get signed up, and you can follow along with what she's doing and creating and all of that. All right, so let's see. After that, I went on to another private owner's home in North Carolina and just spent a day with her in her beautiful home. She's got Infinity with Pro Stitcher. She just wanted some private instruction, and so that was really, really fun. And we were kind of teasing each other. Well, actually, she was teasing me that her family was like, you're inviting somebody to come and stay with you and you've never met her? And, she's like, oh, it's MK. I feel like I know her. So, that's how I roll, you guys. I know a lot of educators don't like to stay with people, but I actually think it's super loads of fun when I travel, and if you're willing to have me, I'm willing to stay with you, and we just had a lot of fun. I actually forgot about my event at, I think Mr. MK is like, where are you going? So I forgot. I'm so sorry. I forgot to mention my event in Franklin at Walker Quilt Company. And that was a super duper event. And Andrea, if you eventually watch this, I want to thank you again for having me in the shop. The thing that was so fun for me about the Walker event was that it was very, very well attended. The setup was beautiful. Her shop is amazing. But there was a lot of people there who weren't really familiar with me. Maybe a couple of them had found me online, watched some of my YouTube, but they were all pretty new to my whole layout and rendering and the way that I use simulation. So it was really, really fun. So many of them had so many aha moments, and it was just super, super loads of fun. Okay, so that was all of my travels. Got back home this week, and I have been just playing catch up here in the studio. So glad to be home. My next travels, again, all of this is on the website, you guys, but my next set of travels is going to be taking me to Texas, to Michigan, to Minnesota, and to Indiana. All right, so check out all of that on the events page. All those events are really filling up nicely, and I'm super excited about that. I was just thinking, are you paying attention to me or Samson?
There, Mommy.
So I was just thinking about my travels in August. I'm going to be gone for like 3 weeks in August. And I don't know, I think Mr. MK is going to have to grab Samson, jump on a plane and come visit me wherever I'm at, because I really miss them when I'm gone. But Paul's been back at home while I travel, and he's really been, covering the shipping department. He's been covering the website and product development. Of course, with the QPI, we'll talk about that in a minute. So thank you for holding down the fort. He even did a little bit of quilting for me while I was gone.
Only on the mother-in-law.
Yeah,
quilt.
just one. I had a quilt that I didn't quite get finished before I left. It's from my mom, and Paul's been learning how to quilt, and I'm like, my mom will trust him with her quilt. So he did a great job on that, finished that up for me, and we're just going to drop that at the post office this afternoon. All right, so that's that. Okay, so one of the things also that's happening, you guys, is Paul and I have been really searching out some people to help us with MK Quilts. So we have been taking this business to a level where I just can't do it all. Paul has been a great help, but we have started to search out people that can help us kind of handle things. So Paul has found a couple of people that are helping us with our shipping. Another person that we've connected with that's kind of helping Paul with some business development type things. Software things that we can use to stay organized, to stay connected with you, to keep track of all of our customers, just things like that. Just yesterday, I did some training with a person locally who's going to be helping me do all of the sewing and construction with my zippers that I sell. Those items have been huge, huge sellers. The whole grips and zippers, the way that I load here at MK Quilts, I just can't keep up with that. So, I appreciate the business, but I've got somebody now that's going to help me with that. Well, what does that mean for all of you? It means it frees up my time to work on videos and new content and classes. So what I've been doing this week, and I'm going to show you the quilt on the frame in a second, is I've been working on a new mini class that is going to be up for rent, hopefully maybe within a week. I'm just finishing up the quilt today. I have a little bit more. No, not within a week.
Well, we'll see. I don't think she appreciates the amount of work it takes to put those together.
He does a lot of work on the editing, and
She'll work me through Memorial Day. All right.
We will see. We'll get it up on the website as soon as we can. But basically, you guys, it's this beautiful chevron quilt that I've been posting about. And I'm going to kind of just walk you through that whole stitch out process. And it's going to be a little bit more attention to me actually at the quilt. Okay, so we've done some videoing actually at the quilt. So it's going to be a little bit different maybe than some of my other classes. Of course, it's going to be a combination. I'll talk you through a little bit through the layout. We'll do some sim work, but I'm also going to show you some stitch out. And again, with these mini classes, you guys remember, it's not necessarily that you're going to have the exact same quilt in your studio. That's not really the point. The point of it is to get you thinking about different techniques, different ways that I approach custom quilting, things that might be helpful for you on some other quilt that you have in your studio. Okay, so keep an eye out for that. That one is going to be coming down the pipe very soon. The next one after that is the one that I have been promising, the L-shaped connected corner border treatment by doing chunking. Okay, so that quilt is still hanging right here in the studio so that I don't forget that I need to get working on that. Okay, so I'm really super excited about that we've got some people that are helping us now so that I can really stay focused on the things that I love to do and that can help you guys with your systems. Speaking of videos, I wanted to remind you that I have extended the sale on my video content through Monday evening. Okay, so Mr. MK had put up a sale, I don't know, before I left, so a couple of weeks ago. Some people kind of were confused about how long that was lasting. I'm kind of the boss, so I just decided to extend it. All right, so...
Oh, she can see me.
So any of my video content that is currently up on the website for new rentals only through the weekend, 20% off, I do have a coupon code that you must use. Okay, so here's the thing. We still get a lot of questions and confusion about how to rent the videos. So Mr. MK did an instructional tutorial video to show you exactly where to go, how to rent them, how to put in a coupon code, how to go back once you've rented it, how do you get back to view it. Anything else you want to say on that, Paul?
No, it's just a video. You can follow it through, watch a couple times. The key is before you say pay now, the coupon code is up on the right side. You click on the discount code or whatever and a box appears and you put the code in there. Now Melissa has one now and I believe it's case sensitive, but she's posted about it.
Okay, so the code is MK Memorial Day Sale, and MK capitalized, and then case sensitive, initial caps on Memorial and Day and Sale. I will post about it again below, okay? All right, so that's that. All right, so QPI has been really going smoothly. The rollout, I mean, there was a couple of things that cropped up. Paul had to work with the developer to do one or a couple of fixes. So we are currently on version 1.1 of the Quilt Pattern Indexer program, and I have been so busy and traveling that I just hadn't had a chance to focus on it until last night. I was up until 3 a.m. today. Until my battery died on my computer, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3 a.m. I got to get to bed. But I was just working through my patterns and all of my folders and just doing some keywording, doing some organization. So that is the first thing. Again, you guys, I want to remind you about the QPI. Is the QPI is only as good as the plan that you have in place for organization. So if you do nothing else while you're waiting for maybe additional videos that we're going to do, is get yourself a plan and get yourself organized, okay? I've been doing this myself. I think I mentioned it before that I kind of had a plan for how I store things and organize things when I purchase, but that wasn't really a great plan for my indexing with QPI. So I've been doing a lot of organizational, just, cleaning up of everything that I have. So start there, get yourself organized, and then basically keep watching if you're confused about how to move forward. I do plan on doing some more tutorials on that and explaining how I do keywording and things like that. Okay, so join the QPI Facebook group so that you can stay up to date with everything on that. Okay, anything else on that?
We have Pamela and Sean out there as our sort of go-to people.
And Jeannie.
And Jeannie supporting. So, yeah, we're going to have to really compensate them in some special ways because they've been saving me so much time. There's been very few people where I've had to actually get on their computers and fight some antivirus weird stuff and get them going again. So it's pretty stable. Getting the HQ designs folder straightened away is something you can talk to Pamela about. I don't want to, it's not my problem, but we can help you fix it. So let's just leave it at that.
Isn't he cute how he just like rocks the dog when he's talking? Gosh. Okay, so, there is another new piece of another piece of software, a program that was just, I don't actually know how new it is, so I don't want to say that it's new, but it's a piece of software that Handy Quilter is now selling, and we retailers have the ability to use it and sell it to you, and it's called Quilt Pro. So it's a design software. I just downloaded my copy while I was traveling, haven't even really gotten to work with it all that much. Honestly, not exactly sure how much time I'm going to have to work with it because I'm so busy doing what else I'm doing. But it's a really cool piece of software. And if you're the kind of a quilter that you like to start with a project from like ground zero, okay? You don't want to follow a pattern. You want to create your own pattern. You want to create your own blocks. You want to create your own quilt. So you can use this piece of software, Quilt Pro, to design your quilt. All right, so if you want more information about that, you can reach out to me. I do believe it's $150, and then you can just create away and design away. Let's see. The other thing that I wanted to mention to you guys is that Paul and I, when we became retailers, we kind of signed on the dotted line to say that we would also be stitch retailers for Handy Quilter. Now, those are the full line of the domestic sewing machines, right? So we said that we would do that. Paul went to the training and all of that, but we haven't really been highlighting stitch yet here at MK Quilts. Well, that's about to change because just today I'm ordering up the full line of stitch machines. I'm going to have them displayed here in the studio, and if you're in the market for a new sewing machine, they have an awesome promotion going on right now for the stitch machines. Really, really deep discounts and some free shipping, and that's through the 30th, okay? So I think I may have posted about this yesterday, but I can put that on there.
I'll get it on the website.
All right, so Paul pop that up on the website. I'm actually really excited to get those machines in here. I'm going to grab one of them and just start working on it in my own studio so that I can demo them and teach people how to use them. And my machine's getting kind of old anyway, so I'm super excited to get the stitch machines in here. The other thing is the huge Handy Quilter promotion for long arm machine bundles is still going on through the 29th. So a lot of these promotions are just ending at like different variables. So we'll make sure to post about all that. This is the 0 down, 0% financing, and $20 shipping on Handy Quilter machines. Okay, so we've been now starting to get some new sales, new owners with MK Quilts. It's so exciting for me. I just love to see the excitement in a new person getting that machine, bringing it home, and then, you buy from us, you get us, and we'll work that all out with you to come and install and train and all of that. It's super, super loads of fun. Okay, so I think that's the last thing I had to talk about on my list. So unless Mr. MK has anything else to mention, let's show you what's on the frames today before we head on out of here for the long weekend. All right, so over here on McFinity, this is the quilt that I am working on that I am preparing to offer as a mini class. Okay, so we got some point-to-point things going on there. We've got some triangles. We've got a triangle that I built, that I created, that I'm going to show you a little bit how I did that, a little bit in Art and Stitch. So keep watching for that. I think it's going to be a good one. A lot of techniques in there that you can use in your studio. Over here on McFusion, I'm just working on a really cool memory t-shirt kind of quilt. Over here. So it's a good day for quilting. I hope that you guys enjoy your long weekend, whatever you do to celebrate and honor those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for our country. So remember that on Monday, that it's not all about just the beans and the brats and the barbecues. It's about what we celebrate, our freedoms here in this country because of those who have served. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me, for being a follower, for all of your business. If you have any questions about anything, reach out to Paul and I. We'll do our best to get back to you. And until next time, everybody, from my studio to yours, happy quilting. Bye-bye.